Behind every legend lies a reason. This is Myth and Motive.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If East Asia has North Korea, then Central Asia has Turkmenistan, which is equal, with its geographical location stretching from majestic mountain ranges to arid deserts. Turkmenistan not only captures attention with its diverse natural beauty but also with the mystery in its culture and history. Although modernization and globalization have impacted many places worldwide, Turkmenistan still retains many traditional and mysterious aspects. Turkmenistan is like a book being slowly opened. Today, let's delve deeper into the fascinating aspects of the North Korea of Central Asia. Land of the Turkmen people. It borders Afghanistan to the southeast, Iran to the southwest, Uzbekistan to the northeast, Kazakhstan to the northwest, and the Caspian Sea to the west. 87% of Turkmenistan's population are Muslims, with the majority being ethnic Turkmen. With an area of 488,100 square kilometers, Turkmenistan is the 52nd largest country in the world, with a population of over 6 million, and more than 80% of its territory is desert. In the past, Turkmenistan has had a turbulent history. On the path to seeking prosperity, many armies have passed through here, making the country a key point on the ancient Silk Road. Historically, in the 4th century BC, Alexander the Great conquered this territory with his skilled army in South Asia. This was also the time when the Silk Road, the main trade route between Asia and the Mediterranean region of Europe, was formed. By the 7th century AD, the Arabs had conquered this region. Since then, Islam has become widespread here and continues to this day, with Turkmenistan being considered an Islamic country. Middle Eastern culture gradually permeated and blended with the local culture over time. The Turkmen, the main ethnic group of Turkmenistan, while influenced by the cultures of conquering armies, have preserved fundamental traditions. This formed the basis of national consciousness. Turkmenistan has been a cradle of civilizations for centuries. In the medieval period, Merv was one of the largest cities in the Islamic world and an important stop on the Silk Road. The caravan route was used for trade with China until the mid-15th century. In 1925, Turkmenistan became a constituent republic of the Soviet Union, the Turkmen Soviet Socialist Republic, and gained independence after the dissolution of the USSR in 1991. When the Soviet Union began to collapse, Turkmenistan and the other Central Asian countries wanted to maintain a reformed state structure, mainly because they needed the economic strength and market of the Soviet Union for prosperity. Turkmenistan declared independence on October 27, 1991, one of the last republics to secede. The former Soviet leader, Saparmurat Niyazov, continued to hold power in Turkmenistan after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. He built an image of himself as a supporter of traditional Islam and Turkmen culture, calling himself Turkmenbashi, or leader of the Turkmen. But he quickly gained a bad reputation in the West for his dictatorial rule and excessive personality cult. His power was greatly strengthened in the early 1990s, and in 1999, he became president for life. In 2005, Turkmenistan withdrew from the Commonwealth of Independent States, an international organization of former Soviet republics, due to its policy of international neutrality. Niyazov unexpectedly died on December 21, 2006, without designating a successor. His illegitimate son, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov, became acting president, although according to the constitution, the chairman of the people. In an election on February 11, 2007, Berdimuhamedov was elected president with 89% of the vote, with 95% voter turnout, although the election was condemned by foreign observers. Some aspects are gradually integrating with the outside world, but Turkmenistan still has many things unfamiliar to international friends. 1. The capital Ashgabat is as wealthy as Dubai. If you think Turkmenistan is only underdeveloped rural areas, you are mistaken. Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan, is famous for its wealth and luxury, reflected in its unique architecture and modern lifestyle. The city has been recognized by the Guinness World Records for having the most white marble buildings in the world, with a total area of up to 4,500,000 square meters, creating a luxurious and splendid image. Ashgabat is built with a modern vision while still preserving distinctive traditional cultural features. Ashgabat has developed rapidly thanks to its rich natural resources, especially natural gas. Turkmenistan possesses one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world, and the extraction and export of gas have brought prosperity to the capital. The Turkmenistan government has heavily invested in Ashgabat's infrastructure, turning the city into one of the most developed urban centers in Central Asia. Large-scale construction projects, from transportation systems to high-end residential areas, have contributed to the image of a wealthy and modern city. With strong economic development, Ashgabat provides its residents with a high standard of living. With modern facilities, quality public services, and diverse recreational areas, the city also hosts many international cultural and sports events, attracting tourists and local residents. The capital stands out with its combination of modern urban landscapes and vast green spaces, creating a comfortable and high-class living environment. Residential and commercial areas are carefully planned with the goal of improving the quality of life for the people. Ashgabat is not only the political and economic center of Turkmenistan but also a symbol of the country's prosperity and development. The prominence of Ashgabat is clearly shown through its luxurious architecture, strong economic development, and classy lifestyle, making the capital one of the most notable cities in Central Asia. 2. The strict laws are as peculiar as those in North Korea. Turkmenistan is one of the countries with strict regulations and tight control over people's lives and social activities. These regulations often reflect the government's strict control over most aspects of life, from personal freedoms, traditions to international communication. All media in Turkmenistan are tightly controlled by the state. Newspapers, television, and radio are only allowed to broadcast content that has been thoroughly censored. Information from outside, especially from international sources, is often restricted or banned. Popular social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube are often blocked or closely monitored. People face many difficulties in accessing information from outside and communicating with the outside world via the internet. Here, there are also regulations related to appearance, especially for women. For example, women working in state agencies may have to adhere to very strict dress standards, including wearing traditional attire and limiting makeup. At certain times, men growing beards has been banned or tightly controlled, as part of a policy to maintain a uniform image in society. In the capital Ashgabat, the government has imposed many restrictions on walking in certain areas, especially near important structures, government buildings, and areas considered sensitive. This may include major boulevards, where people may be prevented or restricted from accessing. Security in Ashgabat is very strict, and the presence of police or security forces in public areas is normal. This can lead to control over people's walking, especially in key areas. Restrictions on walking may encourage people to use other means of transportation such as cars or bicycles, contributing to reducing pedestrian traffic on main streets. Part of the reason for these restrictions may be the government's desire to maintain security and strict social order. Turkmenistan, under the leadership of the current government, maintains a high level of social control, and these measures are seen as a way to keep the domestic situation stable. Although not wearing elaborate makeup or glamorous outfits, Turkmen women still impress with their distinct Central Asian beauty. Turkmen women often have characteristic beauty with long black hair, deep eyes, and fair skin. These features are often considered the result of the intermingling of various ethnicities and cultures that have existed in the Central Asian region for centuries. Women here often wear colorful traditional attire with unique patterns, showing respect for culture and family heritage. Long dresses, headscarves, and silver or gold jewelry are indispensable parts of their attire, adding to their charm and elegance. Turkmen girls are highly regarded for preserving and passing on traditional cultural values to the next generation. They often actively participate in cultural festivals, folk arts, and religious activities, thereby demonstrating their connection to national traditions. In Turkmen society, women play an important role in caring for the family and raising children. They are seen as the spiritual pillars of the family, and their skillfulness and kindness are respected. However, it's not just their physical beauty. Women in this country are also admired for their intelligence and talents. Many women have achieved great success in fields such as education, arts, and science, contributing significantly to the country's development. In Turkmenistan, consensual same-sex relations between men are illegal and severely punished by law. This reflects the conservatism and rigidity in the approach to LGBT issues in this country. Sexual relations between men are considered a crime under Turkmenistan's criminal code. Those arrested and convicted may face up to 2 years in prison. This is one of the harshest legal measures in the Central Asian region. In addition to banning same-sex relations, Turkmenistan also has no laws protecting the rights of the LGBT community. This makes them vulnerable to discrimination, harassment, and violence without legal protection. Turkmenistan is a country with a conservative tradition, and society often does not accept non-heterosexual behaviors or different sexual views. Discrimination against homosexuals is widespread, and those suspected of being gay may face severe stigma and discrimination from the community. The stigma and social pressure may force many homosexuals in Turkmenistan to hide their sexual orientation to avoid detection and punishment. This creates an environment full of fear and injustice for the LGBT community. This situation makes Turkmenistan one of the countries with the harshest and most discriminatory policies against the LGBT community. This not only violates basic human rights but also causes much suffering and injustice for those in this community. Located in the desert of Turkmenistan, Darvaza is a natural gas crater with a depth of 30 meters. This giant fire pit has been burning continuously for 50 years and is also known as the Gates of Hell. This site was accidentally created by human negligence. Images of flames blazing from the crater, along with fictional stories about the origin of the Hell Gate, have made it a tourist attraction in the Republic of Turkmenistan. Despite its hellish appearance, the Darvaza crater is not at all supernatural. The Darvaza crater, also known as the Karakum Light, is located above the Amudarya Basin, a geological system containing a massive self-replicating oil and gas reserve, primarily methane gas. No one knows for certain about its origin, but many believe that between the mid-1960s and 1980s, Soviet engineers conducted oil and gas exploration drilling in the area and caused a release of a methane gas vortex. It's possible the engineers ignited the methane gas hoping it would burn off quickly. Or someone might have thrown a cigarette and accidentally set it ablaze. However, due to the reserves in the area being much larger than initially calculated, when the team ignited the gas, the crater erupted and has not stopped burning since. Unlike carbon dioxide, which persists for centuries, methane is an extremely potent greenhouse gas, disappearing from Earth's atmosphere in just a few years and trapping more heat. Even though experts have tried every method to extinguish the flames in vain, since then, the fire pit has been smoldering continuously for half a century. Local people have called this area the Darvaza gas crater. The fire pit is located in the center of the Karakum Desert, where flames rise as a large yellow glow, visible even from several kilometers away. During the day, the fire pit is best seen up close. But at night, the flames light up the entire sky like a massive blaze erupting in the desert. Reportedly, temperatures around the fire pit reach up to 50 degrees Celsius with strong winds, and the sandy ground may collapse further. But it doesn't deter the stream of people wanting to get closer for a better look. The oil and gas industry is one of the most important pillars of Turkmenistan's economy. This country possesses one of the world's largest self-replicating natural gas reserves and a significant amount of oil. This resource plays a crucial role in maintaining and developing the national economy. Turkmenistan hosts one of the world's largest natural gas fields, the Galkadish Field, also known as the South Yolud and Osman Field, considered the second largest natural gas field in the world after the South Pars Field in the Persian Gulf. This is an extremely important resource for the national economy. Natural gas is the main export commodity of Turkmenistan. The country supplies gas to many nations, with China being the largest customer. Most of the gas is exported via the Central Asia-China gas pipeline, playing a key role in the economic relationship between Turkmenistan and China. In addition to the Central Asia-China pipeline, Turkmenistan exports gas through several other pipelines, including the Trans-Caspian gas pipeline and the pipeline from Central Asia to Iran. However, accessing the European market remains a challenge, due to the need to build new infrastructure or expand existing agreements. The cult of personality is a feature quite similar to North Korea. Leader worship in Turkmenistan is a prominent characteristic in the country's politics and society, especially under the two presidents, Saparmurat Niyazov, also known as Turkmenbashi, and his successor Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov. Personal cult in Turkmenistan doesn't just stop at respecting the leader, but has been elevated to a form of personality worship, with many clear and widespread manifestations in daily life. Saparmurat Niyazov, who led Turkmenistan from its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, until his death in 2006, established a unique and extremely strong personality cult. Niyazov renamed the months of the year after himself, his mother, and cultural values he wished to honor. January was named Turkmenbashi in his honor, while April was named Gurban Sultan to honor his mother. He also wrote a book called Runama, which he considered a spiritual and moral guide for the Turkmen people. This book became mandatory in education, driving tests, and even civil service exams. Many statues of Niyazov were erected throughout Turkmenistan, most notably the golden statue in Ashgabat, designed to always face the sun. His name is also given to many cities, villages, airports, and other public structures. Niyazov's successor, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov, continued to maintain the personality cult, although in a more subtle way. Bari Muhammadov, a poet and former health minister, has built his image as a multi-talented leader. From cycling, horseback riding, playing musical instruments to participating in car races, state media always praises his talents and achievements in many fields. Many new monuments have been erected to honor Bari Muhammadov, including his golden equestrian statue in Ashgabat. Like Niyazov, Bari Muhammadov maintains tight control over media and information, ensuring that his image is always portrayed positively and without any criticism of the government. The cult of personality has become an inseparable part of political culture in Turkmenistan. Citizens often have to demonstrate absolute loyalty to the leader and accept these forms of worship as part of daily life. Weddings must also comply with state regulations. In Turkmenistan, weddings are not only personal events but also carry strong cultural and social significance, with many traditional and official regulations strictly followed. These regulations reflect a combination of long-standing customs and state intervention in personal lives. The Turkmenistan government has issued regulations limiting the number of wedding guests to control costs and prevent overly extravagant parties. This aims to encourage thrift and avoid waste in society. The state may regulate wedding timing to ensure ceremonies align with national or religious holidays. Avoiding conflicts with other important national events, wedding ceremonies, especially in major cities like Ashgabat, may be monitored by local authorities to ensure compliance with state regulations. Authorities may intervene if violations regarding guest numbers or ceremony extravagance are detected. Watermelons play an important role in daily life. Watermelon Day in Turkmenistan is one of the most unique holidays, reflecting the importance of watermelons in the country's culture and agriculture. This holiday is celebrated annually in August, and it has become a symbol of appreciation and honor for one of Turkmenistan's main agricultural products. Watermelon Day was first celebrated in 1994, during the time of the late President Saparmurat Niyazov. During the nationwide celebration, especially in the capital Ashgabat and rural areas, people organized watermelon exhibitions showcasing the most beautiful and largest watermelons. Festivals and cultural events are also held, including competitions for the biggest and tastiest watermelon, and traditional music performances. Watermelon Day is also an occasion to honor farmers who have contributed to growing and caring for watermelons. The best farmers, those with outstanding achievements in cultivation, are often awarded and recognized in official ceremonies. Dishes made from watermelons such as fresh watermelon, watermelon juice, and special desserts prepared from watermelon are widely served throughout the festival period. The arid climate and water resources of Turkmenistan are very suited for growing watermelons, and they are exported to many countries in the region. Watermelons are not only an important source of income for farmers, but also part of the daily diet of Turkmenistan people. Turkmenistan, with its distinctive cultural features and peculiar regulations, has certainly made many people curious to explore. However, behind that charming exterior lies a strictly controlled society where personal freedom is restricted, and the cult of personality becomes part of daily life. These things not only make Turkmenistan a special country, but also raise many questions about the country's future and development path. In the context of globalization, despite having dark sides, Turkmenistan remains a strangely attractive country, full of potential, and will certainly continue to be an appealing destination for many people worldwide. Today's video ends here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't. Goodbye and see you again.
If the legend hooked you, subscribe and open the next case.